6 natural ways to make a man's penis bigger and stronger. After 60, no pills or surgery. Science-backed strategies that improve circulation and strength. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, things just aren't like they used to be down there? Maybe it's not as responsive. Maybe you feel like it's shrinking. In more ways than one. Or maybe you've just stopped feeling that same sense of pride and power in your body. If so, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stuck with it. Because here's the truth a lot of men never hear. Your size, your strength, and your performance aren't just set in stone once you hit 60. They can be influenced, improved, even enhanced, naturally. You don't need pills, surgery, or complicated routines to start seeing real changes. What you need is the right information, a little consistency, and the willingness to reconnect with your body in a smarter, more intentional way. This isn't about trying to look like a 25-year-old. It's about stepping into the strongest, most confident version of yourself right now. Because yes, even after 60, you can still grow. Not just in size, but in presence, in power, and in performance. And that starts with understanding what actually works. Now, the first thing we need to talk about is blood flow. Everything, and I mean everything, related to size, stamina, and strength in that area, depends on how well your blood circulates. Poor circulation can make you feel smaller, less firm, less responsive. But improve that blood flow, and everything starts to change. That's why one of the most effective natural ways to improve size and function is through a very simple practice: walking. Yes, walking. You might not think of a morning walk as a tool for better performance, but it absolutely is. When you walk, especially for 20 to 30 minutes a day, you're improving cardiovascular health, reducing inflammation, and boosting nitric oxide production in the body. And nitric oxide is what helps blood vessels expand and relax, allowing more blood to reach the penis when aroused. That means stronger, firmer, fuller erections. And over time, that consistent blood flow can make a visible difference in both length and girth. But it's not just about what happens in the moment. Regular movement like walking also supports testosterone levels, helps maintain muscle tone, and improves your overall sense of energy and confidence. And confidence is half the battle. When you feel good in your body, everything, from how you move to how you connect, starts to feel better too. You don't need to run marathons. You don't even need a gym. Just put on a pair of comfortable shoes, step outside, and get your blood moving. Walk in the morning sun if you can. You'll get the added benefits of vitamin D, which supports testosterone, mood, and immunity. And even a short daily walk can have a compound effect over time. Now, as important as movement is, you can also support growth and performance from the inside, through what you eat. One of the most powerful foods you can add to your routine is beets. They're not fancy, they're not hyped up, but they are backed by science. Beets are rich in nitrates, which your body converts into, you guessed it, nitric oxide. What does that mean for you? Better circulation, stronger, longer-lasting erections, and a fuller, more energized feeling overall. And because beets help lower blood pressure and reduce stiffness in blood vessels, they help restore function to areas that might have been underperforming for a while. Some men even describe the effects of eating beets regularly as feeling like I've woken up again. You can eat them roasted, juiced, pickled, whatever works for you. Just aim to get them in a few times a week. And if the taste doesn't appeal to you at first, try blending them into a smoothie with some berries and lemon. Not only will you barely taste the beets, but you'll be fueling your body with a potent cocktail of circulation-boosting nutrients. And the reason all of this matters is because size and strength aren't just about anatomy. They're about function. A healthy penis is one that's well-fed, well-circulated, and well-supported by the body around it. When you improve circulation and increase oxygen-rich blood flow, you're giving it exactly what it needs to thrive. But let's be real for a second. This isn't just about mechanics. It's about confidence. It's about being able to show up fully in a moment of intimacy and know you're bringing your best self. Not from ego, not from pressure, but from a real grounded sense of pride in your body. And that starts with small choices. Taking a daily walk, adding a few slices of beet to your lunch, maybe even just standing up more often instead of sitting all day. These are things you control. And that sense of control is where your power really begins. The changes might not be immediate, but over time they build. Your energy improves, your function improves, and you start to notice, not just physically but emotionally, that something is shifting. You feel more connected to yourself, more present in your relationships, and yes, more capable in the bedroom. Now that we've talked about two foundational strategies, movement and food, let's take things even further. Because when you combine better blood flow with the right internal support, you start creating real, lasting change. And one of the best ways to do that is by strengthening something that's often overlooked: your pelvic floor. Now you might be thinking, pelvic floor? Isn't that something women work on? The truth is, men have a pelvic floor too, and it plays a huge role in sexual performance, urinary control, and yes, even the size and strength of your erections. That's because your pelvic floor muscles help control the base of the penis. When these muscles are weak, you might find it harder to stay firm or experience a noticeable loss of sensation. But when they're strong and active, they support blood flow, enhance stamina, and help you maintain control during intimate moments. And the good news? You can strengthen them easily with a few minutes of simple exercises each day. No equipment, no sweat, no gym. It's as easy as sitting or lying down, tightening the muscles you'd use to stop a stream of urine, holding that squeeze for a few seconds, then releasing. That's called a Kegel. And yes, men can and should be doing them too. Start with 5 or 10 squeezes a day, then build from there. Over time, you'll notice more control, stronger contractions, and better sensitivity. And for some men, that renewed strength can even lead to a slight natural increase in perceived size. Not because the anatomy itself grows, but because the firmness and fullness improve. This isn't a gimmick. It's muscle training. And like any muscle in your body, your pelvic floor responds to consistent effort. Think of it like laying a solid foundation under your house. When the support system is strong, everything above it becomes more stable, more confident, and more powerful. Now, while you're giving attention to your muscles and your movement, let's not forget the most overlooked yet vital piece of the puzzle: hydration. That's right. Good. Clean water. It might not sound exciting, but if you're not drinking enough of it, your performance could be suffering more than you realize. Dehydration affects blood volume. And when there's less blood to go around, guess what becomes harder to keep full? That's right. Hydration is directly tied to erection quality. When your body doesn't have enough fluid, your blood thickens, circulation slows down, and your energy dips. All of that affects your confidence, your drive, and your strength, including sexual strength. Think of it this way. Your body is about 60% water. Every cell, every muscle, every function relies on it, especially circulation. And when you're properly hydrated, your skin looks better, your energy improves, your focus sharpens, and your penis? It works better. It stays fuller, longer. It responds faster. It feels more alive. That's not magic. That's biology doing its job the way it was designed to. So if you're someone who usually starts the day with coffee and doesn't think much about water until the evening, start shifting that. Begin each day with a tall glass of water before anything else. Then keep it going throughout the day. Carry a bottle with you. Take sips often, and listen to your body. That simple habit could make a bigger difference than any fancy product on the market. But let's not stop at what you drink. Let's talk about how you breathe. Because yes, even the way you breathe can affect your size and strength as a man. Most of us, especially as we get older, fall into the habit of shallow breathing. Quick, chest-level inhales. But what your body, and your sexual function, really needs is deep, full, belly breathing. Why? Because deep breathing oxygenates your blood, lowers stress, boosts testosterone, and supports the nervous system responsible for arousal and performance. When you breathe deeply and slowly, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, sometimes called the rest and digest system. This is what allows your body to relax, to feel safe, to be open to intimacy and arousal. Shallow breathing, on the other hand, keeps your body in a stress state. And stress is one of the fastest ways to shut down libido, shrink blood vessels, and kill confidence. So take a few minutes each day to pause. Sit still. Breathe in slowly through your nose, letting your belly rise. Hold it gently. Then exhale through your mouth, slowly and completely. Do that 5 or 10 times. You'll be amazed how quickly your body softens, how much lighter you feel, and how much more in your body you become. That presence, that ability to tune in and be grounded, is incredibly powerful. It makes you more aware of your sensations, more in control, more confident in your skin. And that's where true strength comes from. Not from ego, not from pills, but from the connection between your body, your mind, and your energy. When you combine regular movement, pelvic floor strength, hydration, deep breathing, and the right nutrition, you're creating a full-body environment where your penis can thrive. It's not just about what's down there. It's about how everything in your system supports that part of you. When circulation flows, when stress drops, when muscles are strong, and when you're well-fueled, everything starts working better. And you start feeling better. You'll notice it in the way you walk, the way you think, the way you look at yourself in the mirror. You'll start to reclaim that quiet confidence that says, I'm still strong, I still have power, and I'm not done. Let's keep building on that. Let's keep building on that momentum and talk about one final piece that most men never think to address. Sleep. That's right. Good, consistent, high-quality sleep can be one of the most powerful natural tools for making your penis stronger, your erections firmer, and yes, even helping with size. Now, I know sleep might not sound like a sexy topic, but the science is crystal clear. Your body repairs, restores, and regulates your hormones while you sleep. And those hormones, especially testosterone, are critical for sexual function and performance. When you're running on poor sleep, your testosterone drops. Your energy takes a hit. Your desire wanes. Blood flow decreases. And everything, from firmness to stamina to confidence, suffers. But when you prioritize sleep, and I mean real sleep, not just falling asleep with the TV on, your body starts healing itself. Your hormone levels recover. Your blood pressure lowers. Your brain resets. And your penis? It reaps the rewards too. Think of sleep as your body's overnight maintenance team. It doesn't just rest, it builds. And every stage of sleep plays a role in keeping your body and performance strong. Studies have even shown that men who consistently sleep less than 6 hours per night may have significantly lower testosterone levels compared to those who get a solid 7 to 8 hours. So what can you do to make your sleep more effective starting tonight? Create a simple wind-down routine. Turn off screens an hour before bed. Keep your bedroom cool and dark. Avoid eating heavy meals too late in the evening. And make sleep a priority, not just something you squeeze in at the end of the day. When you give your body rest, it gives back. In energy, strength, and performance. And that's the beautiful part about all of this. Nothing we've talked about is extreme. There's no crash course, no overnight miracle. Just small, powerful changes that you can start today. A walk in the morning. A glass of water when you wake up. A beet salad with dinner. A few minutes of pelvic floor work while you're watching TV. Deep breaths before bed. Turning the lights off an hour earlier. These aren't just habits. They're signals to your body that you still care. That you're showing up. That you haven't given up on yourself. And you don't need to. Because here's the truth. And it's one that doesn't get said enough. You are still a man. Your age doesn't take that away from you. And your ability to feel strong, confident, and sexually alive is not gone. It's simply waiting for you to come back to it. Every man ages, that's natural. But not every man chooses to age with strength. With awareness. With action. You don't have to accept decline as your destiny. You don't have to shrink into the background. You can stand tall, own your body, and take steps, real, natural steps, to improve how you feel, how you function, and how you connect. Maybe you've felt like things have changed and there's no way back. Maybe you've even been embarrassed or ashamed to talk about it. But there's nothing weak about wanting to feel strong again. There's nothing strange about wanting better intimacy, firmer erections, or more size. That's not vanity. That's vitality. And you deserve to have it. And the best part? It's within reach. Without surgery. Without pills. Without any gimmicks. Just your breath, your food, your movement, your muscles, your rest. All working together to support your most powerful self. So, as we wrap this up, I want to challenge you, not with pressure, but with purpose. Pick one of the strategies we've talked about. Just one. Start today. Be consistent. Be patient. Trust your body. And let it surprise you. Because when you give it what it needs, it remembers how to perform, how to feel, how to show up fully. And if you've already tried some of these tips or you're excited to start, share it in the comments. This is a space where men can support each other. No shame, no judgment, just growth. We need more of that in the world. If this video encouraged you, helped you, or gave you something to think about, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want more no-nonsense, real talk content about how to feel better, age smarter, and stay strong at any stage of life, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more coming your way. Here's to stronger mornings, better confidence, deeper connection, and living your best life with power, pride, and purpose at any age. You're not done. You're just getting started.